Welcome to the IT Security One-to-One Summit podcast series. Listen to industry insiders discuss the most critical issues in IT security. Featured on this episode, CISO Todd Bell of GlobalDataLock.com interviews Nancy Rodriguez, the Director of Global PCI Compliance for Philips HealthTech. You are listening to the IT Security One-to-One Summit podcast series.
This is Todd Bell, and I'm here with Nancy Rodriguez, and Nancy is the Director of Global PCI Compliance for Philips HealthTech. How did you become a director at the executive level for a major Fortune 500 company, and how did that all come about, and how did you do that?
How much time do you have, Todd? Well, we're not going to spend that much time going through how I got here, but I can tell you there was a pivotal moment in my life. Working for a large financial institution, I had a boss who took interest in me, and I think that changed the whole dynamics of my career. Up until that point, I was a great individual contributor, always out to make my boss look good, whatever it took, and there were times when I realized, as I think my boss did at the time, that I knew more than he or she did. And although my goal was always to make them look good, I think that translated to them into a risk. So I was not allowed to be seen, if you will. My accomplishments weren't noticed or recognized. The pivotal moment I'm talking about when I worked for the financial services company was when a manager of mine saw the good work I was doing and encouraged me to continue in a way that would elevate me in the eyes of executive management. So when he was called to present to the CEO, he didn't just go and ask me to give him details and then he would go on and pass that along to the CEO. He'd bring us along. He'd bring his key team members to the CEO's meeting, and he'd introduce us and say, well, you want to know about that? Let me introduce Nancy, who's leading that effort, and she can tell you about that. And so he really sponsored and mentored me to be a good speaker, to present in front of some scary people, like the CEO of a company, a large company. And it was sort of frightening and daunting, but over time what happened was I got adjusted to it, I got used to it, I spoke better, I got more confident. And that was a pivotal point in my life where if it weren't for him, I know I would not be here today. So I think one person can really make a difference in the life of somebody else by focusing on the accomplishments of that person and not feeling threatened by it. And he also is the person who talked to me about getting my certifications. He schooled me in ways not only at the board level, but on a personal level, career level, steps to take to make my career better and to help me be more confident and more visible.
Now let's talk about barriers. It's no secret that some of these people that are going to be starting out in cybersecurity to even today in positions, that there's some gender disparity. And how do you deal with this situation? Do you recommend that if they're seeing some potential gender disparity, that should they try to do everything they can to make it work within their organization, or should they just get the heck out, or what do you recommend?
That's a real tricky question because it could go either way, but me, the person that I am, I would never walk away from it unless I felt it was hopeless. Start small. Start a network, a diversity network, if there doesn't already exist one. Start by reaching out to a few people like you who might see and feel the disparity. And start to talk. Just open up, dialogue. It's the most important thing. And you continue to add and grow it to the point where if you've got a network of people within the company who have started this diversity group, if you will, and you start to focus on small changes and bringing as a group to the people who can help make those changes, I think that's a great way to start. Not only that, it's sort of an entrepreneurial kind of thing for a woman or a young lady to get involved in, because you're sort of helping build this business within the company, and that's really awesome to get that collaboration and to have the dialogue, because it's all around dialogue.
So it's no secret that there's some people that are just stuck in time, and to put it kindly, and I think that people do come across that, whether male or female, and I try to think about, how do you overcome an obstacle like that? And I like your idea about trying to have, whether it's a, group within the organization or outside of it. How do you do you think it would be a good idea to maybe reach outside of the organization or in a different department area, whether it's legal or HR or marketing, and trying to see if you could build advocacy outside of the department in order to try to influence the change within the department?
I think I think it's critical. It's one thing to get members from within the department that you see the disparity, like-minded people who want to lift it up and make it more visible to the outside of the organization. But in order to do that, you've got to reach outside of the organization. So I agree with that. Absolutely, you've got to get HR involved. They're professionals in this space. They can help you figure out the right way to approach it, even.
So, in conclusion, obviously very impressive statements, Nancy,
Thank
and
you.
obviously a distinguished career, something to be very proud about, and we appreciate your comments today. And if you want to read more about this, you can go to CISO Magazine under my blog, under Surviving the C-Suite. I'm Todd Bell, and this is Nancy Rodriguez.
Thank you, Todd. It's my pleasure.
Thanks for listening to the IT Security One-to-One Summit podcast series. To listen to other podcasts or for more information on the IT Security One-to-One Summit, visit us at one2onessummits.com/ITSec. That's ONE2ONE summits.com/ITSEC.